Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tarda Zone. And this is the Tarda Zone Talks. We're here to talk about Ncuti Gatwa's Scottish BAFTA nomination. Plus, there's been drama over missing episodes. Absolutely disgusting behaviour from one particular fan. Nameless, obviously. I don't know who this person is, but there was a video done and they turned up at a place and started asking questions and stuff. And this is getting out of hand with the fandom apparently threatening behavior. I have a statement. It was from a video that was posted in my chat, and obviously I will let you know when I'm reading it who made the original video, and you can go and check out what they had to say after the statement. But let's talk about the fact that the Welsh BAFTAs and now the Scottish BAFTAs now seem to be handing out nominations to people that honestly don't deserve it. Now, I'm not going to come on here and have a rant. The bottom line is this: if you look at Ncuti Gatwa's performance as the Doctor, there is no way that anybody can tell me that that is worthy of a BAFTA, Scottish BAFTA nomination. Why have award ceremonies lost all credibility? Why do they keep doing this and rewarding people with nominations or them winning for doing absolutely a bad job? Right? Ncuti Gatwa couldn't wait to get away from Doctor Who, and yeah, here he is receiving a nomination. Now, he probably won't win it, but it's the fact that they're nominating someone who doesn't actually deserve to be nominated. Just like when the Welsh BAFTAs decided to give RTD a BAFTA for lifetime achievement or whatever it was, when he has won plenty of BAFTAs in the past, let's be honest about it. I mean, but why is he getting a BAFTA when it is clear the evidence shows with the ratings and the trend on Doctor Who that it's failed? But so why are they handing out awards to people that are failing? And we've seen that a lot over the years. And now Ncuti gets a nice little nomination. Now, will he win? I don't know. I don't know who's in the category with him, to be quite honest with you. But if there's anybody half decent in there, then forget about it. But you never know. With the way these award ceremonies are rigged, in my opinion now, you never know. You might come out a winner. And maybe, look, I do put on my conspiracy theory hat for this one. But sometimes I do believe that these nominations and the fact that they win is all applying the industry to try and, because let's be honest, RTD has embarrassed himself with Doctor Who. And I say Ncuti Gatwa is embarrassed about Doctor Who. So no better way for them to kind of, reclaim something by these award ceremonies, giving them awards to make them feel better about themselves and in some way repair the damage that they've done to their own careers. It's absolute. I'm sorry, but there's on no planet should Ncuti Gatwa be getting a nomination for his work on Doctor Who. I'm sorry. And you know the type of people that will be saying he deserves it. Okay? I don't even have to get into you know the people, right, that are gonna say he deserved it. Right? He doesn't deserve it. RTD doesn't deserve any accolades either. Right? This whole thing annoys me now. That we're just handing the award ceremonies mean nothing now. I remember growing up as a child watching the Oscars. Right? Oscars was big back in the day. Right? Same with the Golden Globes. Any of the music awards as well. The Grammys, the MTV Music Awards, the European Awards, you name it. right? It was always exciting, you know, because people won. Well, most of the time, not all of the time. Now, I'm not going to say it was perfect, but most of the time, the person that won a Grammy or won any of those awards deserved it for their performances. Simple as that. Now it's different. You're not giving awards based off your talent anymore, and that's the issue with it. So look, we'll keep an eye on this. I don't even know when the Scottish BAFTAs are on, but as Daniel said, they're failing upwards. Exactly, that's all it is. And it's getting tiresome now. I mean, anybody that's watched Doctor Who or TD2 cannot tell me that he actually did. No way. But of course, there will be some out there. And they'll use this. Of course, the other side of the fandom will use this and say, well, look at they're getting all of these nominations and they're winning all of these awards. Okay, fair enough. They're getting nominations and winning all the awards. Where's the show right now? Oh, that's right. It's in the gutter. Mm, mm. That's the reality. Like, there's nothing to be celebrating here, right? If they deserved it, I'd say, right, fair enough. It just didn't work because the audience is done with Doctor Who, right? But that's not the case. The fact of the matter is that it was so bad that even the ones that, you know, were RTD's biggest supporters in this era, even by the end, they were like, what the hell's going on here? So if you've lost some of them and you've already lost the fandom because of the last era, and you've lost the British public because of the last era, then how the hell do you think you're going to win them back if you start being the way you were? And this is why there's no way he deserves this award. RTD doesn't even deserve the token one that he got in the Welsh BAFTAs. I'm sick and tired of them. Give the award to someone that actually deserves it. And bring some respectability back to these award ceremonies. Or what's the even point of having them now? Right? What's the point of having them if they don't mean that, they're not worth that anymore? Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I can see that some of you be giving your opinion on it. Let me know what you think of the fact that, you know, he's received a BAFTA nomination for Doctor Who. I'm just baffled. And look, you know, I wasn't one of those people that wasn't willing to give Ncuti a chance. So I gave Ncuti a chance. His skin color had no issue. I had no issue with that. He was a male doctor. That's what I wanted. I wanted a male doctor. Simple as that. At the time, I was like, because after Jodie Whittaker, I was like, I just want a male doctor. And then we got whatever we got on screen. Didn't resemble anything of the Doctor, but there you go. Ncuti Gatwa playing Ncuti Gatwa. Of course, I will, as I said, come to his defence. We do know because he let the cat out of the bag that he wanted the costume, traditional costume, and he wanted to play the Doctor traditionally, and he was shot down by RTD. So this version abomination of the Doctor was actually RTD's doing. Yeah, they gave him a token Welsh BAFTA there a couple of weeks ago. This is what we're dealing with. Anyway, look, enough on that because but see, told you to be Doctor Who news. When the show is off air, you get some stuff, you know. And of course, the award ceremony season is at the end of the year, so you're going to get a lot of these. Isn't the TV has the TV awards, the UK TV awards happened yet? Because I'm pretty sure Doctor Who or someone connected to the show is going to get a bleeding nomination there as well, right? Fucking hell, telling you, man, ridiculous. Carry on. Anyway, let's get on to this Classic Who drama. So we spoke. Yeah, a Scottish BAFTA. Yeah, a Scottish BAFTA. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, I know where you're going with that. Yeah, but yeah, Scottish BAFTA. He doesn't even deserve the nomination. Like, but there you go. It's 2025. Like, you can do absolutely a dog shit job on a program now, and because people want to elevate you, keep you up on that pedestal because apparently you're fighting racism or something, they'll just hand out awards to people that are undeserving. You give it to the best. That's it. You hire based off talent and you give awards based off talent. No other criteria is necessary. Right? Simple as that. And if you can't do that, then what's the point? And then any Tom, Dick, and Harry, I could walk into a studio and say, here, I want a job. Here, I'd like to try my hand at acting. Oh, well, you're not good enough. But like, I'm better than half of the people you hire. Like, give me a job. Of course, I wouldn't get a job. So there you go. But look, I want to move on to this classic Who drama because some fan has absolutely disgraced this Doctor Who fandom. I don't know who it is. The person that did the video didn't. The person and the statement that came out didn't mention the person. But this is absolutely getting ridiculous. And I have spoke about how Ian Levine has reacted to classic found footage now. All of a sudden, he's not a fan, but yet he spent most of his life tracking it down. But because now he is fully immersed in AI now, his tune has changed. Now, that sort of stuff, riles fans up, and everybody needs to take an old deep breath, because it's absolutely disgusting. But remember, I was looking for that post. Luckily, I actually did save it on my phone and never thought at the time when I was doing the live stream to check my photographs. So a Doctor Who archive expert shares positive update on missing episodes and teases announcement, right? That was from the Radio Times. Now, there's some drama has gone on, right? Some nut job has tracked down apparently the place that's holding these film, and it has caused the people that are involved in it and that have been trying to get the footage to come out with this statement. Now, it's a pretty long statement, and real Super Doctor or Super John, as he calls himself now, put it in me chat. Now, the YouTube channel that has posted the update is Terry Cooper. He's on YouTube there. So if you want to, what I'm going to do is actually, as we're right here now, I'm going to share his channel in copy link. There you go. I'm going to share it now while we're here. So he put out his video. He's the one that found the statement that I'm reading. So obviously I want to give him credit. I'm not, because I'm not fully up to date on all of this. So I'm just reading what I know and what this guy has said. But there, I've put his YouTube channel in the chat there. If you want to go and check him out, you can. But let me read this statement for you and give me your opinion as I'm reading it. I will say this. The absolute neck of some people in this fandom is absolutely disgusting. So bear with me because it is a bit small and I have to zoom in. So we'll start with the first part of the statement. The person obviously done the video is obviously asking the question, says Tim, I'm sure a reason a lot of people are listening is because there were some comments made on Facebook page concerning missing episodes of Doctor Who. What can you tell us about Doctor Who? And then the following statement then was given. And I'm going to read this out. Well, I'd be the person that steps up to talk about this because, as I said earlier, I'm the one that is predominantly involved in the discussions with the individual collectors, the former industry professionals, and in the main with their estates or their representatives. So this is the situation as I can outline it. But I do want to preface by saying a couple of things to your audience. So this really came about because there was a reply posted to a comment on Facebook page. It wasn't an announcement of anything. It was a reply to a comment. And as we've noted many times, if you mention Doctor Who, things tend to escalate very quickly and stall of speculation, right? So we'll continue. Just bear with me. We totally understand all the excitement, all of the enthusiasm and interest. So I'm going to say this with regards to collectors, former industry professionals, and Doctor Who episodes. We are aware of several collectors, plural, with several episodes of Doctor Who that are missing from the archive, plural, that are in private collections with former industry professionals. We are aware of those and we are actively discussing their whole collections. Okay. We're not going to take the Doctor. We're not going to just take Doctor Who or the other bits they have. We are talking about the whole collections coming in, being catalogued and being managed in a way we manage everything. So I hope that's a positive that your listeners take out of this. But the comment that was made on Facebook related specifically to one item, one unique set of circumstances with a film collector, and I'm going to give you some information about that. Now, as he said, he's going to give you information now on the collector of this. And when I read this, it's not only sad, but the whole situation has become a little bit more complicated. And that fan, whoever that fan was, and I'll read it's in this statement, but I'm just going to say they have made an absolute show of the Doctor Who fandom, whoever they are. And I hope someone in this fandom can find out who they actually are so we can all give them a piece of our mind, because that is absolutely, when I read the rest of this statement, you will say, oh my God, how could anybody do that? Right? So, here we go. Of course, we have a duty of care, which we cannot exceed, and I hope people will respect that. But I'm going to be as open and as honest as I can right now. Since 2023, I and a couple of other key members of the Film is Fabulous team have been aware of a large collection of films, thousands of films that have become vulnerable. That collection contains some very important materials, including missing episodes of Doctor Who. Now, it is a large collection, and there is a possibility that there are other episodes of Doctor Who in that collection. But at this moment in time, we know of one, right? So at this moment in time, with all the film that's there, they know that there is one missing episode, right? They're saying that there could be more, but as of now, they haven't got a clue, right? Now, listen to this. Now, sadly, the collector who owns that collection has been in very poor health since COVID. They have been in and out of hospital in respite care, and a couple of weeks ago they were admitted to hospital for end of life. Right? And remember, we said we were going to do things with respect. We're doing things legally and morally, because if we make mistakes now, if we start doing things because they're expedient requirement to do things in a wrong way, we will corrupt our opportunities to deal with people in the film collecting community overnight, and everything will come to an end. So this gobshite fan, which we're going to go into, probably now there, I'll read the rest of the statement, but if there was a chance of getting all of this film, right, it's just being made harder by this gobshite. I want to know who it is. They have probably ruined their only chance now, right? There's Doctor Who film out there, one that they know of, right? That is absolutely amazing. And in fairness, it needs to be got put in the right way. Now, in the background, we've been desperate to try and find a solution. We've been listening with the local healthcare trust that have been deputies, the administrator, effectively, for the gentleman's estate, which includes the films. And we couldn't really do anything until we became a registered charity, which we didn't get, although we had applied for a registered charitable status on the 29th of January. We didn't actually get the confirmation until last Friday, right? Let's continue. So, of course, immediately acted. We contacted the healthcare trust through our solicitor. Everything was progressing on a legal basis, and after a slight delay, we had confirmation from the healthcare trust and their legal team that we could actually go into the property with their oversight, remove all of the film, bring them back to a secure facility, catalogue them, and then once we had a catalogue, then make an offer for the entire collection to acquire and to safeguard the rare and missing items. And indeed, we're recording this on Friday, the 10th of October, and that was the day we were due to go in and collect those items. We got a lot of things set up, indeed, a whole team of people to help assist. But sadly, the collector passed away earlier this week. And with the collector's demise, the jurisdiction of the healthcare trust ends. The items revert to the estate. And on examination of the person's will, both executors of the estate are already dead. Therefore, the will is valid. It's called interstate. Now, so as you have seen and heard, the job has been made a little bit harder. Now this does happen, and listen, it's a blow, right? It is a blow, and this is what makes the person, whoever the person is, do what they did absolutely pathetic, and they're scum, in my opinion. So this is what they have said in relation to that. We will make an application to the court to do exactly what we had agreed to do with the healthcare trust. Now our solicitor, who's acting obviously on our behalf, thinks we got an absolutely good chance of doing that very quickly, because we're not involved in the sale of the property and other aspects of the estate. The healthcare trust were delighted that we'd actually go in and look after all of the film, because of course it's the function and they didn't really want to do. That's a function they didn't really want to do. So where are we? We didn't make an announcement about the item. It was a comment and everything's blown up. Well, of course, we had to respond, and we're doing everything legally with the proprietor property to make sure we secure that collection and can return that missing episode of Doctor Who and other items to the rights holder. Now, I do want to make a comment which could be construed as a rebuke to Doctor Who fandom and people that are interested in cinema and television and so forth, because some things have gone beyond the threshold. Here we go. Here's the last bit of the statement now. As I said, we understand the excitement and the enthusiasm, but we do not want people turning up at Del Montfort University uninvited, trying to get access to special collections so that they can look at the films. Now, I've had it once. We don't want it again. And we will not tolerate, under any circumstances, abuse or threats of physical violence against our persons and the team, because we will not share details of the collector and films with certain individuals, right? This has resulted and will result in a police involvement. Now, why do I think that a certain person out there, and I think he's all know, and I have to be careful, is has their dirty hands on it? Now, I'm sorry to say those things, but we've had such a tremendous response, enjoyed all of the positives from 99.99% of people who follow fandom and Doctor Who. But there is a small number of people that do not understand where the line is. And I'm afraid that I think some of the frenzy that's built up with this comment encourage that. So I can just ask people to give us space to conclude things that we're doing. You will be very, very happy with the announcements when they come. But we just need the space to do what we do now. Now, that's a statement. So someone turned up and demanded, and apparently there was threats then made when they were refused. Right? Now, there are other people that have been involved in collecting and trying to recover film. Why do I think it's got something to do with that? And this the particular person that they're talking about and their buddies, I think you all know. I think we all know who it is. I don't even have to say names, really. But it's absolutely disgusting. And it's like that the person is trying to deliberately sabotage these people to get their hands on the footage so they can continue their little experiment with AI. That's who I think it is. Who else would be? Who else who has been so vocal and been criticizing and all of a sudden changed their tune on how we should look at Doctor Who episodes? Come on. I don't think I need to ask him. I think I have a pretty good idea who it is, to be quite honest with you. I think I have a pretty good idea who it is. And Super John actually knows who I'm talking about, and it would not surprise me. Exactly. The person I'm talking about has let's just say has lost the plot over the last couple of years, especially these last few months. Right? Fighting with people left, right, and centre. Imagine. But look, hopefully these guys can do this And let's hope that the person in question that did what they did because they're a fucking idiot didn't ruin any chances of us as fans one day seeing that missing episode. And as they said, there might be more, but they only know of one right now. So let's not get too excited, as they said. Have the enthusiasm. You can be excited, but just, not overboard. But there are people out there, I'm telling you now, they have people that follow them, and they'll say something on social media and it riles people up. And I don't like that shit. I'm telling you, unbelievable. But look, to come out with a strong statement like that, right? You must have someone must have seriously fucked up big time. And if this has in any way sullied these people from doing business basically with this group because of a fucking idiot, I want to know who it is, right? I have a pretty good idea that it's that person, but of course I can't say it without proof. So if I get that confirmation, then I'm not holding back, because how fucking dare anybody turn up at this place and demand to see them? Are you out your head? Like, what kind of idiot goes and does that, right? And again, right, this is what makes me think it's this person, because there's a self-entitlement to this person, because this person has done great work in that regard in the past. So, they see themselves as kind of the number one person to kind of go to. If this has reflected badly, I would just say to the people, I know they're not listening, right? But if I could say to them, listen, don't let that one fan ruin any chance of us as a collective of fans from seeing it. Do the deal so BBC can protect that film and hopefully bring it back to life for us, so we can get that missing episode. I people should be angry right now, right? People should be angry right now. That's absolutely disgusting. Imagine doing that. And as I said, I put Terry's channel there in the chat if you want to go and listen to what he had to say in relation to it. He also reads out the statement as well, reads it out better than me, of course, and then gives his opinion. So you can go check out his video and see what he had to say about the whole situation. But it's ridiculous. If they we'll find out. We'll find out. Like, eventually we'll find it, because if it does ruin any, this group will have to name the person. Simple as that. And it should be known, because if you've ruined the chance of us getting a missing episode, the BBC getting back what they've been yearning for, then I'm sorry. Like, you deserve to be called out. And to be quite honest with you, you deserve to be ousted out of the Doctor Who fandom as well. Anyone behaves like that in relation to stuff like that, I'm sorry. What gives you the right to turn up at a place where that's stored and demand? Like, what kind of level of lunacy is that? Like, seriously. What? This fandom? I swear to good God, I don't know what's happened there. It was never this toxic. It was never this toxic. It's just unbelievable. It's It's unbelievable what's happened there. Nobody would have behaved like that back in the day. Nobody. Yeah, I think you know who I'm talking about now. I think you have a sound. That's I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you now, Super John said it, man. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Think about it. It's logical. I could be wrong, but it's logical. That's why I'm not saying the name, right? Until I get confirmation that it is. And I think then if it's that person, I think the fandom need to come together and call this gobshite out once and for all, right? Because he's trying to protect his own thing. That's what I believe, right? And now all of a sudden, that's why he changed their tune. But this is good news, folks, right? The good news and the positive news is that there has been another missing episode found. That's a fact, right? They know of one, there could be more, but there is a missing episode, classic episode that has been found, and we should actually be delighted, right? I'm just hoping now that gobshite hasn't ruined any chance of us, of the BBC getting it, and then hopefully then, telling us that, we've got another. We don't know what condition it's in either, right? They haven't told us the condition, which they probably wouldn't anyway, would they? But it'll be very interesting. I think they did mention somewhere in poor condition, if I'm correct. But that's the whole point of cataloguing it and checking it all out, isn't it? So, look, there is one missing episode. We know that. So that's good news. See that classic, see that though, see the draw that Classic Who has still even to this day, right? The fact that still to this day, there's people out there looking for classic stories to complete the collection. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's what a successful franchise does, you see. And I know it's been shit the last few years, but Classic Who shows you the way. Classic Who is still relevant today, and there's still a lot of positivity around it. And then when announcements like this are made, it is true. Someone puts up a comment in relation to Classic Who, right? The fandom goes into a frenzy. They put up a comment about the new era. There's not a frenzy, and that's a fact. That's a fact. That's not a lie. That's a fact. Right, the fandom's dead. But as soon as Classic Who is mentioned, the fandom comes alive again. That's it. Some of them might be, yeah, exactly. But that is the risk. But look, the bottom line is that there's multiple collectors, and also there'll be people that won't even know that they have missing episodes somewhere in their attic or something like that. So there'll always be something that'll turn up that has been lost and has been found again, especially film, So, look, we may get there eventually. You never know. We might get an absolute, we might get completed stories. It might actually happen. Maybe, God knows if it'll carry on the search for another 50 odd years or whatever, but there'll still be people searching, right? So one day you may complete the whole classic collection. There may be a chance as well that you won't, so it's all like, look, that the people that do that work, you know what I mean? They're trying to navigate. They're trying to be respectful. And then you get some gobshite turning up and being disrespectful because they don't like how the other group is doing their work, but they're doing it the right way. And the other person seems to be an aggressive little twat, wanting their own way. And that's not how you do it. That's not how you win over people that you're trying to get their collection off. Sorry, but what kind of bleeding idiot are you? whoever you are. As I said, I have my suspicions, right? But absolutely disgusting, right? This fandom's getting out of hand. I'm telling you, it's getting out of hand. You know, people out there want to police me, Dan, and other people out there, right? And criticize us. Yeah, where's your criticism of these people, right? Where's your criticism of those fans that are behaving like that, right? Making threats of physical violence and all sorts of nonsense. Yeah, you want to people out there want to target me, Dan, and others out there because we might get a rumor here or there or source information and put it out on the channel, right? There's literally people abusing people because they have something that they want. Like, that's essentially what it is. That bully, whoever it is, I want it. So when he didn't get his way, he bullied them. Bullied them. But you won't hear any criticism of those people, right? It's always, the Dan's lying, and the Dan is lying, we're all lying. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous. There's people in this fandom that are absolutely acting disgracefully, right? And still, even to this day, acting disgracefully, right? Targeting Doctor Who fans, you know, and having accounts like, you know, being positive and stuff like that, and safe spaces and all of this other shit, right? But yet they're actively going around, like, anybody says anything that they don't agree with, they're actively then retweeting them, trying to get pylons going. You don't hear people talk about that and call these people out, right? Put them in check. But no, you won't, because it's better to talk about me, Dan, and other people out there. By the way, yeah, obviously I did a video yesterday and I used the StreamYard AI thumbnail maker, and that's what they come up with. And I got a message of someone telling me that they actually liked the thumbnail, and I have to agree. So from that, moving forward, these will be the type of thumbnails that you'll be getting now, because it's available on StreamYard free. So I'm gonna fucking use it. So yeah, I do like it myself. So I hope you are liking the new thumbnails. It just saves me from trying to make up ones, or just using the Tarzan Talks one, because, you know, people want to see, I suppose, what the video is about on your thumbnail rather than just reading the video head. So that way it actually comes up as well, so people know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, to the person that sent me the message, listen, I was gonna keep it that way anyway, but thank you for coming to me and saying that you'd help me in any way. I really appreciate that. But I do agree with you. I do like that look. I know it's their AI stuff, but I do agree. It's simple, and it will tell people what I'm talking about. So so that's what I'm going to use from now on, moving forward, because obviously, you know, we don't have the paid version anymore. So I'm going to utilize what tools they actually give me. And I'll put the little wavy line video in the background, so you can probably see those lines are moving in the background. So we got a bit of blue for the TARDIS, you know, and then obviously the TARDIS own talks and blah blah blah. But I do like the thumbnails, so I'm keeping them that way moving forward. We will be on tomorrow. Lee is available Friday, so Robert will be coming on as well. And we're going to be talking about Obviously, going into more detail on the Russell T Davis meltdown and Russell Tovey's meltdown. And we're going to talk about the reasons why Doctor Who is obviously in the state it's in, and it's because of people like them pushing their absolute bull. So that's what we're going to be discussing. There might be a few more guests on. Obviously, Friday streams, we used to do Friday streams. Friday nights was actually a big night for us at one stage. So it'll be between 6:30 and 7 o'clock. We haven't nailed down a time yet, but I did say between 6:30 and 7, and we'll go for an hour. And it'll be strictly an hour because I'm limited with the time that I have, and I want to keep as much time so I can keep doing more live streams for you. I also have a couple of videos coming up as well. I've obviously got another AI music thing. I put all the songs together. There's one, and I also went out today on a bit of a nature walk. So I took some photos and I took some video, and I've added a bit of music to the photos, and then the video is just what the sound of the video that I took. And I've had that uploading while we've been here, so they should be all ready to go. So you will have a couple of more videos coming tonight. Also, put up a short, the short of Cheryl finding the horse, and I put the Father Ted music, My Lovely Horse, on it. It actually works very well. So if you haven't checked that out, Cheryl found a horse on a walk, and she decided to take a video, so you can go and check that out as well. So yeah, keep tuning in, because as I said, there'll be continued content now moving forward. And we've nearly streamed every day now this week, so I'm kind of proud of that I kind of stuck to it. I know we took one night off, but I did do it. In fairness, I did do 2 streams that day, so I kind of count that. It's a little bit of a cheat, but there you go. But I've been putting out some content, so go and check out that little short anyway. It's actually funny. It's not supposed to be funny, but with the music behind it, it actually does make it funny. But yeah, she found a horse on her travels. And look out for more of Cheryl's murder walks as well. I explained what they were, so everybody's been watching them now, and thank you for that. We really do appreciate all of that. And thank you to the people that have been watching me AI music videos that have been putting up. Look, I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but for the people that have been watching and have enjoyed the songs, thank you very much. And don't forget as well, like, I've put a few videos now of all the songs together. Let me know which song is your favorite in the comment section. I'd really like to know which song you have bopped to. You know, I've tried to pick the best ones that turned out the best and put them all in like 3 like albums, as I said I was going to do. So that's what I've done. So there's another one coming up as well. Yeah, you can come on tomorrow, PD. Yeah, just pop in and I'll send you the email. If you, of course, you're always welcome on. You know that. So yeah, pop on tomorrow with Lee and stuff like that. And Robert there. And we might have, you never know. I don't know how many we could bring on now with the, I think it's 5 or so. I don't know what it is, but we'll see who else is coming on. I don't know who else is coming on. I don't know. As I said, between 6:30 and 7. We haven't nailed down the time yet. I did leave it to Lee. I said, yeah, you choose 6:30 or 7. He hasn't gotten back to me yet. So I'll say more than likely it'll be 7. I'll say he'll want to go probably later if I was to guess. Between 6:30 and 7, we will be live. I will put the stream up tomorrow early, so everybody has it ready to go. And if you just want to share it, you're more than welcome to do so. And if you want to hype me streams as well, there's this new thing, hype. If you just want to hype me stream just to help me along, that'll be absolutely fantastic. And don't forget to like the stream as usual. Share if you can. And don't forget to leave that comment as well. That's most important. And if you haven't subscribed and have only found the channel, of course, give us a sub. And as I said on here, you will get brutal honesty. My opinions, I don't shy away from. I put my opinions across, and I won't. That's how I do things here. It's made me a bit of a bad guy in the fandom, but who gives a shit, to be quite honest with you. You know, if you don't speak your mind and you don't tell people how you feel, then you're just lying to yourself, really. Do you know what I mean? So I'll always try keep it as real as I can. Scottish BAFTA, is that a real thing? Daleks Lives Matter. It is indeed, my friend. The Scottish have BAFTAs, the Welsh have BAFTAs, and of course you have the main BAFTAs in England. Then yeah, there's like the Scottish, the Welsh, and then they all have their own, like their, you know, the Scottish and the Welsh BAFTAs. I'd say, right, in order, you'd have the main BAFTAs, and I think after that, then you would have the Welsh BAFTAs, and then I think the Scottish BAFTAs are further down the list, if I'm quite honest with you. See, the Welsh BAFTAs get a little bit of prestige because Doctor Who was filmed in Wales. So I think you'd put the Welsh BAFTAs above the Scottish BAFTAs anyway. But the main BAFTAs is above those two. In my opinion. But I think that's pretty accurate anyway. David Tennant, got a Scottish one. He got one, what was it, a lifetime achievement one. But he deserved it at the time, like, in fairness. He's done, look, here's me thing on David Tennant. I think as a human being, he's horrible. But his body of work, he's done some great work, right? I mean, when he played that serial killer, right? What was it? Des? What was his name? I forget the name. Was it Des or whatever the fuck it was? But he was absolutely terrifying in that. Like, he can act. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think anybody will deny that. He can act. Just keep your personal beliefs to yourself, man. Nobody wants to fucking hear it. Like, why ruin your legacy? Why ruin your career? I don't get it. There you go. We'll have Canadian, Indian, and Australian BAFTA soon. Well, they did. Yeah, it was Dennis Nielsen. I knew. Yeah, we watched that. We did. We found it and we were able to watch it. And by God, was he terrifying in that. He played it so well, man. He played it so well. And I think at the time when that was out, wasn't Peter Capaldi's one out as well? Peter Capaldi did the show as well, didn't he? I think they kind of came out around about or within a couple of weeks or months of each other or something. Or maybe I've got that wrong. But look, as I said, if Ncuti wins the nomination, yeah, the Devil's Hour. If Ncuti wins the BAFTA, the Scottish BAFTA, we can all honestly say that he doesn't deserve it. I mean, his performance in Doctor Who was dreadful. I'm sorry, there's nobody that can convince me and say that that's BAFTA award-winning worthy performance. It's not, right? And I'm pretty sure he will be pipped by someone that actually put in a great performance. So, you know, we keep an eye on it because the awards season is silly. You know, this is where they give out their awards now. And as I said, very early in the stream, they don't seem to give the awards based off talent anymore. So anything can happen. So let's see what happens. But I'm going to leave it there because we're coming up to 55 minutes. As I said, look out for the other content. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and all of that. And leave a comment. And if you could hype, because I have asked a couple of times and I don't know what it is. I just want to see what it does. So if someone there that listens to me can hype the stream for me, I'd be able to find out what it's all about. I'd absolutely appreciate that as well. Anyway, have a good one, folks. We will chat tomorrow. And yeah, until then, enjoy the rest of your evening and look out for those other videos. They'll be coming very soon, folks. Have a good one. Good night.